Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to respectfully explore the deeply inspiring life and the enduring legacy of a remarkable young surgeon named Thuy. Picture this. You're standing in the dense, misty foliage of the Vietnamese jungle during the Resistance War. Amidst the distant, echoing sounds of conflict, there's a young woman working absolutely tirelessly, dedicating her entire youth to her country. Well, this is her story. We're starting off with a sobering, truly powerful truth pulled straight from our source material. The quote reads, "She died while she was doing her duty. She was only 27 years old at the time of her death." It's a heavy hook, I know, but it is the stark reality of what happened. She lost her life tragically early while actively fulfilling her medical duties right there on the front lines. Today, she is rightfully considered a national hero in Vietnam. But her heroism wasn't about fighting on a battlefield with weapons. Not at all. It came from her unwavering, sheer dedication to treating the wounded during a truly devastating conflict. She devoted her whole life to saving others when they literally needed it the most. Let's dive into what her daily life actually looked like. She was stationed at a busy field hospital, hidden deep within the jungle. And despite the immense, almost unimaginable hardships of her environment, we're talking lacking proper supplies, constantly living under threat, she operated on injured soldiers day and night. But amidst all that chaos, she actually found a sliver of solace. She started documenting her personal experiences, her deep fears, and her hopes in a small, handwritten notebook. Let's just take a solemn pause on this number. 27. Really think about that. She was only 27 years old in June of 1970 when she was killed by the enemy in that very jungle. She paid the absolute ultimate price for her dedication. It's just this stark, heartbreaking reminder of the youth that is so often sacrificed in the theater of war. But, incredibly, her story didn't end in the jungle. In a profound twist of fate, an American soldier actually found her handwritten notebook. And instead of destroying it, he made the crucial decision to save it from the flames. He recognized that the words inside held this profound human weight, even if they were written by someone across enemy lines. Tracing the journey of her diary reveals a miraculous survival. So it's written during the war in a hidden hospital, right? Then it's saved from destruction immediately after her death. And then, for more than 3 decades, this fragile little notebook was safeguarded by that very American soldier. Finally, in what is just a deeply moving modern-day scene, a copy of the diary was returned to her grieving, elderly mother back in Vietnam. The survival of this diary completely shifted the narrative. It transformed what was a deeply private tragedy into a globally recognized symbol of courage. It allowed us, all of us, to literally step inside the mind of a young woman who simply wanted to heal people and see peace return to her homeland. The sheer scale of the impact her words had when they were finally shared is honestly staggering. To put it in perspective, when the diary was formally published in Vietnam in 2005, it struck a massive chord. Over 300,000 copies were sold in the first year alone. That is huge. Her message easily crossed cultural boundaries and ended up being translated into more than 16 different languages worldwide. Her vivid, incredibly personal account of resilience was so moving that it even leapt from the page to the screen. It inspired the acclaimed 2009 film Don't Burn. That title, by the way, echoes the very command that saved her diary from the fire in the first place. This film immortalized her spirit and her visual story of courage, allowing a whole new generation to admire her life. I want to leave you with this vital question to reflect on. How does Tram's ultimate sacrifice remind us of the true cost of peace? She remains an eternal flame of inspiration for the youth of Vietnam and really the whole world. Her life asks us to deeply value the peace we have today and to remember those who, at just 27 years old, gave absolutely everything to secure it. Keep reflecting on that, and I'll catch you in the next Explainer.